brief of news for today. So it's like little briefing about news what's happened today on August 6, 2025. And like for me, the most important and most noticeable event what's happened is peace talks in Moscow. Steve Witkoff, he is a friend of Donald Trump. He arrived to Moscow to talk with Putin about peace in Ukraine. And we see it has some progress. And media say Trump could meet as soon as next week. And this is first progress we really see it this situation. And it's really important because before Putin tried, always was trying to avoid any situation which could bring to stop the war. So Putin did not want to stop the war, and he was talking a lot of stuff to Trump just to keep him, quiet and don't get into the situation. And now, after Trump started on Putin, it looked like the situation has progress. And this is very noticeable because it was the main Trump promise on this election campaign. And he promised to stop the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. And of course, no, it was impossible. And it took, over half a year to stop the war. And it's not stopped yet, but I hope. I did not believe Putin gonna stop the war because he is in good position. He getting new territories every day, and it looks like it doesn't have no sense for Putin to stop the war. And also, as we can see, the situation in Ukraine is really bad, with militaries, with refugees, with everything, with corruption. And of course, Putin also can see it and also expect what Ukraine will fall down as soon as possible. And of course, it doesn't make no sense for Putin to stop active military action in Ukraine. But I think it was strong arguments which Steve Witkoff could tell to Putin. And you see, we have result, and Trump said we have progress, and everyone say we have progress at this action. So maybe, and thank God if it's happened, maybe the war in Ukraine will stop as soon as possible, because Trump made deadline on August 8th, and August 8th is day after tomorrow already. And he promised to enforce sanctions against, not against Russia, but against main Russia trade partners like China and India. And India already got 50% tariff exactly for this reason, because India is buying Russian oil and stuff from oil, and this way India finances Ukraine war. And now a lot of experts say China also supports Russia, and not only with money. China sent some, maybe weapons or parts or something what it's needed. Okay, guys, I see you here. You're watching me, so like me, subscribe my channel, help me to grow up, and that's important. Thank you very much. I say hi to everyone. Thank you very much. And we will continue our review. So we wish all the best to Ukraine. We support Ukraine, and maybe it's really time to stop the war, because it may be worse. Russia looks strong. Maybe Russia is not that strong how we want to show, but Russia is still stronger than Ukraine, and Russia still has more resources to fight. So I guess we have to stop the war. And President Trump is absolutely right, and he is moving in right direction to stop the war as soon as possible. Okay, more news today. Today, weird stuff happened with airplanes again. Last time a lot of airplane falling down, a lot of air crashes, and now today, United Airlines stop all flights uh, in America because they have technical issue with, I think, with computer system, and it's really bad if they stop whole national fleet. So I don't know why it's happened because maybe maybe people who works where they, I don't know why. Maybe this quality is getting worse. Maybe education is getting worse. But I guess we never experienced nothing like this before. And it's not happening in our countries. Only third world countries have this kind of issues with aviation, with airplanes. So, okay, let's go to the next. Uh, Fort Stewart shooting updates. Suspect Sergeant Cornelius Redford mugshot revealed. No, you see, so we catch this guy, and it's not first time when it happens in the United States. We have a lot of public shootings, but maybe first time in military facility. But still, it's a lot of people, uh, you know, just crazy. We don't know. It's impossible to catch them, to predict somehow, because we just, I guess, crazy. What else happening around? Guys, watch me, like me, subscribe me, please. It's very important. I'm working for you here. I want you to know everything what's happening. One more interesting thing what media published today, it's NASA, aerospace agency. They wants to build nuclear reactor on the moon. And this is a really good thing, necessary thing. And I think we want to be first on the moon because, we don't want somebody else took this place. Hi guys, who is here? Kensley Murray, Steven, say hi guys, like me, subscribe me. It's very important. Yeah, and let's talk also, everyone talking about this tariff for India. And I think this, President Trump signed executive order to put 50% on India. And I think it's not only connected with Russia, because India buy Russian oil. I think President Trump sees a lot of different problems with India because we don't have big trade with India. It's really small. It's like around $100 billion a year. It's nothing. For this huge country, 1.5 billion population, it's huge country. We manufacture a lot but we manufacture everything for inner market. We don't sell nothing. We don't have quality. But the interesting idea is, Apple transferred their industrial facilities from China to India because Donald Trump promised to make huge tariff on Chinese export. And they started a factory in half a year. It's really very fast. And now we're in situation again. So, and also today I saw news what Trump said, what they signed with Apple some agreement, what Apple promised to invest into United States around $600 billion, and it's not less. So I think this is what Trump wanted. He wanted high-tech and technologies companies to come back into United States because it's strategic assets. We can't have this manufacturing outside of the country because if something happen, if a war happen, where are we gonna get our iPhones and stuff from? So I guess he is right, and he is doing, at this case, he is doing right thing. He is doing a lot of right things, but I don't like his method because you can do it like easier. He is doing this very, very strong. So, and what say India? India say before enforce the sanction, before enforce the tariff, it has a sense to stop trade with Russia for European countries because European countries they buy a lot of oil and gas from Russia still. They actually finance the war because I think they buy $100 billion a year from Russia, and it's only gas and oil. So and we can't stop the war. Lasts 3.5 years. Soon it's 4 years, and they don't stop. They don't stop buy from Russia, and this is really big problem for them. So I don't know how we're gonna deal. Uh, we have another elections, and we continue to elect people who wanna continue this policy, continue to collaborate with Russia, and only say words what we support Ukraine and do something. Now we avoided to pay for weapons which United States supplied to Ukraine, but we were always talking about this. Okay, it's nobody here already, guys. Like me, watch me, please. It's something interesting I'm talking about. Okay, let's see what's else here. Yeah, it looks like JD Vance is going to set up a meeting with high-ranked officials of White House about Epstein case, and it's going to be dinner, and we're going to discuss the strategy, how to deal with this problem, and I think it's right decision, and the whole situation mostly transparent. I don't know why President Trump doesn't want to release these materials from Department of Justice, and I'm sure it's a lot of materials over there. But my question is, what do they hide? And I'm sure it was nothing about Donald Trump, because if it was something, previous administration could release these materials before election, and they did not do it. And I think this is what we're trying to hide. It's a situation when we're trying to hide something related to national security. Like, for example, if this Jeffrey Epstein was like secret agent of FBI, or even from different secret services from Israel, from Mossad, from something like this. Or maybe Epstein itself was connected with Russian services, which also possible because nobody knows how he made his money. So maybe that's why we don't want to release these materials. What's happening also? CNN says that with tariffs, we're bringing like $10 billion a month to federal budget, to federal government, and it really works. And we really don't see inflation. Inflation is lower than expected. Maybe it really works. I don't know. It's not time yet to make any conclusions. We have to see how it's gonna run, because it's only like couple months we have these tariffs. United States government already collected like over $100 billion on these tariffs, and maybe it's gonna be $350 billion a year. It's a huge amount, good amount, and but who pays this money? They say the tariffs, this company gonna pay this. The companies who export stuff in the United States, we're gonna pay these tariffs. But these tariffs we're gonna go into the price. goods what we buy in Walmart and everywhere. So at the end of everything, people gonna pay these tariffs. Yes, we protect our economy, but labor here in the United States is too expensive. So to compete with Chinese goods and foods, I think it's really difficult. So it may be really inflation, and I don't know, nothing bad, but it's maybe harder. But maybe if Trump will, uh, settle the matter with Feds, with Powell, which he is fighting for a few months, and rates will go down. It's also going to cause some inflation, but it's going to warm economy. We have now we have really cheap gas, we have cheap energy. Uh, it's good. This is a good basement for economic growth. So let's see how it's going to be. Everything is so unpredictable now. Everything changes every day. How I told you about this negotiation in Moscow where Steve Witkoff's and I didn't expect any result. I was sure he'd just go back to Washington D.C. Because we have nothing to say. But you can see something really happening and some progress happening. Okay, guys, I'm here like 16 minutes. I see not many people watching me, and yeah, I'm gonna go live at night, and I'm gonna tell you more stories. So stay with me, please, and like and subscribe. It's important. Help me, please, and I'm gonna tell you a lot of interesting stories. Bye.